What's up, guys? So I've been a little bit sad today. That I think the reason why I'm kind of getting a little bit sad is kind of knowing that I say the festive season will kind of be sort of coming to an end this week. This week today is basically the last week of the festive season. Obviously, will be after this week, all the decorations will be taken down again, and it's just crazy, to think about the fact that it feels like this festive season has just gone incredibly quick. Like, it feels like December only started, yesterday or a few days ago. And now here we are at the end of December, days away from welcoming in a new year. I guess a lot of people will be excited about 2025, hoping that 2025 is a good year. I for one would be sad to say goodbye to 2024 because it has been a good year. It started off rough, but as the year went on, things did get better, things did improve. And I think things will continue to improve next year, things will continue to get better than, this year. Things will be more positive next year. And I know that some of you guys will be glad to see 2024 go because it's been a tough year for a lot of you guys this year. Obviously when it gets to this kind of time of the year, I like to sort of reflect on the year. And to be honest, I think, it's mad to think like, I don't know what we'll do, I don't know where I'll be, what we'll be doing, where we'll be next year, next Christmas. That would be, God knows what I'll be saying, when I do this sort of video next year. I'll be thinking, this has happened in 2025, or that's happened in 2025. I mean, so many good things have happened this year, and I hope that more good things happen next year as well. Like, I really do. It's just been such a wild year. Like, we're finally coming to the end of the year. We're finally getting ready to say farewell to 2024 and hello 2025. I think it's scary because, like, none of us really know what lies ahead of us next year. Like, none of us, what we can do. Is just take each day as it comes and see what each day brings. And I hope that, each day brings you brings you plenty of joy and happiness, and for those of you that have had a crap year this year, I hope 2025 is a much better year for you and a much easier year for you. My heart goes out to anyone who has lost a loved one this year, or lost someone they cared about this year. And obviously this is a time of year where you miss those people the most. It's a funny time of year, isn't it? It's funny how this time of year makes you miss the people that you love the most, more than any other time of the year. And as we go into a new year, as we approach a new year, obviously we in a few days' time, just a few days' time, we say goodbye to 2024 and hello to 2025. We start to think about what might happen next year, or what will happen next year, or what we would like to happen next year. We start to think about what our plans are for 2025, what we want to change next year. To be honest, I don't know what my New Year's resolutions are. I've been thinking about that this week. I think one of my New Year's resolutions is to cut down on swearing, because I do that quite a lot. I do that way too much. I don't know about what my other New Year's resolutions are. I guess one of my other New Year's resolutions is to is to get myself a new job. And hopefully, and I think my third New Year's resolution is to get out of the house more. I think it's been a really crazy year. Like, I think it's been a very hectic year, but it's been, in some ways, it has been the best year we've had in a while. It's sad to think that we are kind of coming to the end of the festive season now. The festive season's, sort of coming to an end again, and obviously in a few days it'll be sort of time to return to normality again. I think, for me, I think it takes a little while to adjust to, things after the festive season. It's taken me a little while to kind of get used to being back to normality again, because and I think it's one of those things that does take time, getting back to normality again after the festive season. It's one of those things that can take a while. I think sometimes it takes me a little while to adjust to being in a whole new year. So, to me it still feels, very surreal to think that Wednesday will be the first day of a whole brand new year. We're literally only days away from saying goodbye to this year and hello to a new year. And hopefully hello to a much more positive year. Obviously there's a few big events coming up next year. Obviously on the 7th of July we've got the 20th anniversary of the London 7/7 bombings. That's next year. So in summer I'm sure they'll do something big to honour that. Obviously we've got the Women's Euros in the summer. I'm sure that everyone will be hoping that the Lionesses win their second consecutive Women's Euros after having runners up at the World Cup last year. Obviously Thomas Tuchel starts his reign as England manager. He starts, hopefully things will go well with him. Who knows? What's going to happen next year? Who knows how crazy next year's going to be? But I feel like 2025 is going to be a crazy year, a bit like this year. It's going to be a very crazy year. I think this year is the year I will certainly never forget, in a hurry. I think this year is a year where I've made so many memories that I won't ever forget. For example, going up to Manchester to watch the United game. That's something that I don't think I'll ever forget, I think this year's a year where some of my biggest dreams have come true, and I've finally been able to cross some things off my list, of my bucket list. Having an uncle, going to Manchester United to watch a game. It makes me, to think, I am excited for what would happen next year and for, how good next year is going to be. And I think we all hope that 2025 is going to be a good year. I think we'll all want it to be a good year. We'll all want it to be a very positive year and a very, a year full of happiness and good times. Because I know that some of you guys have faced some tough challenges this year, and I don't doubt that some of you guys have, dealt with some really, have been dealing with a lot of issues this year and have been dealing with a lot of stress and a lot of different situations this year. I feel like this year for us has been, and for me and my family, it's been an easier year. It's been, it's been a year full of good times. We've had our hard times. We've had, but I think we've gotten through the hard times, and hopefully 2025 is going to be an awesome year. I feel like it's going to be an awesome year. I think we all feel like it's going to be an awesome year. It's just, there's no knowing how crazy next year's going to be. But it'll be the craziest year we've ever had. It's I am sad for it. It's obviously next Sunday, so a week tomorrow, next Sunday marks the final day of the pantomimes. Well, the pantomime Hackney Empire anyway. I mean, it must be cool for those that actually have a birthday this time of the year, though. You know, especially at Christmas. Um, but yeah, I am excited for what lies ahead in 2025. And hopefully it starts off with a bang. On New Year Tuesday, we say goodbye, so long 2024, and hello 2025. And I, for one, would be very sad to say that I am very sad this year is ending. But I'm also happy that we're about to start a new year. I'm excited for what next year is going to be, what next year is going to bring, and the memories that will be made next year. Obviously, we've got Freya's first birthday. Remind everyone, it's Freya's first birthday next year, in September. September 23rd will mark her first birthday, so that'd be nice. Obviously, next year, 2 years' time, I turn a century old. I'll be 25 in 2 years' time. Next year, I'll be 24. Even that's mad to think about. That I'm going to be 24 next year. I can't believe that. I hope that I do get a new job next year. I'd like to get a job in a bakery. That would be nice if I got a job there. It's weird to think that I started off this year as an employee at McDonald's, but I left there, and obviously, which wasn't a bad thing. But I feel like I am I'm in a much better place than I was at the start of the year, for definite. And I think that the second half of this year has been so much better. Like, so many, great things have happened. Obviously we've got a few big birthdays next year. Well, one big birthday next year. We've got my uncle's 40th next year. So yeah, lots to come our way next year. I mean, and I only hope that there's lots of positive things coming our way next year. So, hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you for another one very soon. Bye bye.